Hello team, today's challenge is FizzBuzz Validator, which interestingly enough, we have seen this before as the Buzz Fizz challenge way back in November 26th, according to my notes. So if you haven't done that, then you're getting a special bonus today because this solution will also work there, okay? Just to remind you, FizzBuzz, so divide by 3. If you divide by 3 cleanly, right? So no remainder, then we do fizz. If you can divide by 5, we do buzz. If it's a multiple of 3 and 5, right, like 15 or 30 as an example, then return fizz buzz. Otherwise, just return the number. We get that as an array here, and we need to test to see if it follows all of those rules. In the previous example, in the previous challenge, that Buzz Fizz challenge, I created a helper function. In fact, we did this for the original FizzBuzz challenge too, the day before that. So we have a function just like this. If I could spell it right, function, excellent. And we got FizzBuzz L, okay? If you watch those, this should be pretty standard, where we go string, setting it equal to an empty string, and then if n is cleanly divisible by 3, equals 0, right? Modulo, we should get the 0. 0 by itself will be falsy, which is why we have to do the full comparison, okay? In case you were wondering that. But we go string plus equals fizz, okay? Just like this. And then down here again for the 5, we change this one to buzz. And this works for both. So if it's divisible by 3 and 5, then we get both fizz and buzz. They get added to that string, not a problem, right? Down here we return. We return what? Well, we check if string is empty. If it is, we return the number. Otherwise, we return string, right? So we've done it. If it stays empty because we skip these, then we're pretty sure that it's not divisible by these, so we return the number. Not a problem, right? And then down here, this one, we started by going every, okay? At least in the Buzz Fizz challenge, we used every. And we got the current and the index, okay? Just like this, bringing it home with a return that compared current equal to FizzBuzz L of index plus 1. Now, this won't work for everything. I think it'll work for a couple. You'll see some check marks line up. And that's because the indexes change on this. So here we're starting at 13. Great. We need to shift it over because we're always assuming that we're starting at a 0 index, at a 1. Sorry, at a 1. This one is actually 15, right? 16 minus 1 is 15. This one down here, 97, not a problem, but 101 minus 2, right? 1, 2 right there, that's 99. So this should be 99, 13, and 15, right? And we need to account for that. The easiest way to do that is to find the first actual number. So we do a find, we find 16, we find out what index it is. In this case, this would be index 1. So we subtract 16 from 1 to get 15. Perfect, right? If it was 1, right, this is the first index, so we hit 1. The index is 0, so 1 minus 0 is, well, it's 1. Not a problem. So this will work. We go over here and set that up. We go const. This is going to be, what did I call this? First, not fist, first index, okay? Sorry, first int. That's what I'm looking for, okay? The first integer is the array, find index, and we go L, tossing it through as number.isInteger L, okay? So if it is an integer, we return it, we return the index, okay? That's what we need. Down here, we want the first actual value, which for some reason I called index, first index, which kind of makes sense. It's not 0-based, but stay with me, okay? So that first index, we're going to do that here. And that is going to be array.at first int. So we go here and we subtract first int, whatever that is. Technically, I feel like this here should be first in index something. Again, I've used some bad names here, right? But I'm going to stay with it just to keep it consistent. Now, this first index, we are going to use that down here, okay? And really, that's the only change. Now it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because I didn't subtract it. Let's do that right. There we go. Boom, okay? Equals, subtract, they're kind of the same, but not really. Absolutely not, okay? But you can see how we only updated a couple lines from our first solution if you were there for that video, okay? We added these two right here, and then this over here, changing it from +1 to plus whatever that first index is. So we're incrementing up from there, okay? At which point it's done, right? We used a lot of the same tools, a lot of the same structure as the previous challenge, the BuzzFizz challenge. So leaning on that and then just updating it to be more and more flexible. Not every solution, just hopefully one good solution, right? That's what we're going for. Do you think it is? Do you think it's not? Did you find a different way? Let me know all that stuff in the comments. Otherwise, today, this has been FizzBuzz Validator, and I will see you in the next one.